Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've not done already, subscribe to Off the Canvas Boxing, like the video, do all that great stuff. Okay, let me know how you guys are as well, mentally, physically, I was about to say sexually, but we'll skip over that part. Yeah, let me know how you guys are, and in the comment section below, or even DM me as well. All my social media is in the section box below. Okay, there's been some some new news coming on this week. Do you know what I've noticed? This January has been super slow, has been just dragging, has been slow. We had to wait 2 weeks for at least one event, and that one event was Joseph Jr. versus Steven Gerrard, Slippy G, and then man there. And then now we're gonna have to wait another week for the Gary Russell Jr. fight. It's like, come on, man. And then we have to wait 2 weeks for the Eubank versus Williams fight. It's just dragging on. Yeah, 2022 in boxing hasn't started off to a flying start, but we hope and pray it moves on. Okay, and in the news of boxing at the moment in time, we've had a few different topics to talk about. Let's go for it. Tunde Ajayi on Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk 2. He needs to watch Lennon Arthur versus Anthony Yard 2. Use that as a blueprint. Use all your physical attributes: height, reach, power, size, and just bust him up. Roadman mentality. I'm gonna say in the way Tunde says it. Yeah, roadman mentality. That's the tactic. Yeah. He said. Yo, if you watch, hey, big up Tunde. Yeah, I'm not like taking the piss or anything. It's just but with regards to that statement, I agree wholeheartedly, and I've seen some of the comment section. Let me read some of the comments. We're gonna do this straight off the back. Yeah, I don't usually do this on this channel, but it's what it's. Someone says lies at the camp. Usyk is gonna shit, ain't he? Yeah, you don't think out of his 400 fights, nobody else has tried that. No one in those 400 fights was as big as strong. So no, I doubt it. Again, look, I'm agreeing with Tunde on this one. I definitely agree, because AJ has clear and overt advantages over Alexander Usyk. Usyk is a smaller fighter, the smaller reach. Yes, I would say he's slightly quicker, but you can't, even if you have 1,000 amateur fights, if a man is way stronger than you and bangs you in the chin, yeah, I don't think any of those 400 fights and experience is going to develop some sort of magical chin, if that makes sense. Okay, if Deontay Wilder comes up to Alexander Usyk and lands clean flush on his chin, I'm pretty sure that he will go down. I'm really confident that he will go down. And Deontay Wilder can't even throw a 1-2. He doesn't even know how to throw a jab. So all this idea of that 400 amateur background experience isn't needed when it comes to power, size, etc. Okay. And with regards to what Tunde means with regards to Roman mentality, size, power, tactics, is the same one that Anthony Yard did. You see, in Anthony Yard's second fight against Lennon Arthur, he applied pressure on him. For every shot or 2 shots that Lennon Arthur was throwing, Anthony Yard threw a whole more combination of shots. For example, if Lyndon threw 1 jab, Anthony will throw like 3 shot combinations. He will just bang, and literally strike him and don't let him set up the shots. If that makes sense, control the distance and just be on him like a rash. Okay, and after that, it's it's very difficult to weather that kind of a storm from someone with that much amount of power. If that makes sense, someone like Chisora, even though Chisora is a very good pressure fighter, I wouldn't say he has the most power in the division, or up there with the most powerful boxers in the heavyweight scene. A bit like how Sean Porter, I wouldn't say he's the most powerful welterweight, even though he has a style that would suit somebody like that. I wouldn't say those 2 individuals are the most powerful in their set divisions. But with AJ, if AJ does that kind of a tactic, I think it is a high possibility that he can at the very least rock Usyk or knock him down at the very minimum. Okay, now when it comes to like Roman mentality, I 100% agree. in the previous fight against Alexander Usyk, he was very timid. Yeah, he was fighting within himself. There was moments in that fight, and we spoke about that towards straight after that fight, and on the live session that we did a week later. During that fight, there was ample opportunity for AJ to throw power shots, and he opted not to. Now, a lot of people say, but Usyk is the type of individual that he AJ couldn't throw his shots because Usyk was, Usyk's skill and IQ was hindering AJ to do those type of shots. I believe it's absolutely nonsense. Absolute nonsense, okay? If somebody's in front of you, they got the chin to their chest, arms up, looking down at the floor, at this point, you have to strike. Yeah? If at that point you're just standing there like this here, like you're about to unlock a new character, you're just standing like this here, and you're about to put on some sort of some sort of customized attire when you're about to enter a game, that kind of stuff isn't going to help you. When the Usyk is backed up into a corner, just watching AJ, and AJ just kind of escorted him and just allowing him to get his rhythm, to do what he does best. When Usyk is doing all of this, wiping the windows nonsense here, and AJ is standing there absorbing it and watching it as it goes along, it's very difficult for me to turn around and say AJ didn't have, quote unquote, like what Tunde said, a Roman mentality, or a mentality that I'm in here to knock you out. AJ didn't have that. AJ had a mentality that I'm going to outskill you, and in the event that I do outskill you, and you do feel a little bit frazzled, and I catch you every now and then, and you're a little bit rocked, then I'm going to pounce on you afterwards. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if he would have done that anyway, through the mentality throughout the whole fight. So I agree wholeheartedly with what Tunde is saying. Now, with regards to just watching Lyndon Arthur as a case study, as a blueprint, I think he should watch that as a starting point, as a definite starting point. Of course, there's clear differences between Lyndon and Usyk, but from the Anthony Yarde's perspective and what AJ tried to do, if AJ tried to be aggressive and knock Usyk out, or tried to be on the front foot, similar to how Anthony Yarde was, then he could definitely learn some things from the Anthony Yarde performance, okay? But he needs... This is the thing. AJ currently, and I've checked this Snapchat before recording, AJ is still doing pads with Angel Fernandez. I'm not hearing or seeing any new trainer announcement or anything like that. So this is what raises huge concern to me. It's now currently, at the point of recording, the 18th of January. I would have expected AJ to have had this, his new trainer in last week or 2 weeks ago, and would have gave him a lot more opportunity to learn new skills, develop his insight, not even develop, just a whole heap of stuff that kind of was at a disadvantage when he went into the Usyk fight. So I hope AJ within the next, I'm expecting an announcement sometime this week. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna start, crapping myself, if that makes sense. Because I'm a huge AJ fan. Like, I'm not saying this as like I'm taking the piss of it. I'm a Fury fan. I'm just trying to stick it on AJ. I'm an AJ fan. AJ is currently, across all the weight divisions, my favourite fighter. Like, above all of them. Partly because where he comes from, and even though it's not the same sort of area as myself, it's a similar kind of mentality. He comes from a similar area or background to where I'm from, and a lot of the way he thinks is very, very relatable. Oh my god, it's very, very relatable. When you're trying to be in the corporate world, and you're try to speak a little bit more formally, but people look at you like, "Alright, like, are you faking it?" Right? Bruv, I know exactly what he's going on about. Definitely. And for me, I'm always trying to look to inspire other people, keep a positive image, and all of that malarkey. And if I was in that position, what AJ was in, I'll pretty much do very similar things to what AJ's doing currently. And that's, for me, AJ currently is my favorite fighter. So I want AJ to smack up Usyk. That's my above everything that happens this year. That is my number one goal, or in terms of in boxing of what I want to see. So if AJ doesn't get his stuff together, I'm going to my concern for him is going to go through the roof. Okay, but enough about AJ. Do you know what? I was supposed to talk about AJ for like a minute or two, but to be honest with you, it's it's one that I have to sort of just get off my chest, if that makes sense. Okay, this is sort of like therapeutic. If you guys are feeling the same way, like the video, okay, and comment in the comment section below if you have any alternative opinions. A little bit, I'm going to touch upon a little bit of other stuff before we head off. Ryan Garcia stated that his next fight is being planned for April 22nd and most likely will take place in LA. Oh, sorry, not LA, Las Vegas, okay? I'm here for it, man. Big up Ryan Garcia, because here is an individual which I believe deserves a little bit more compassion and a little bit less scrutiny. That's just in my humble opinion. Ryan Garcia, I would say, for the last year, maybe even 2 years, has had mental health struggles, and his relationship with social media has been, a very dysfunctional one. I've heard it a couple of years ago saying that I've come off Twitter because Twitter, like, it's getting into my head and it's super toxic and all of that kind of stuff. And then he was on Instagram, and then he reduced the amount of times he was posting on Instagram, and you can clearly see that I don't think he's handled in the social media life very well. You can understand he's in his early 20s, he's got millions of followers, and people are just out here. You know what? He's got millions of followers, out of which a lot of them are boxing fans, and some boxing fans can be very toxic as a result of some of the effery that goes on in boxing. I'm not going to just call them toxic because they weren't like born or raised toxic, if that makes sense. They like boxing and the mad stuff with just the governing bodies, the injustices, drug cheats, referees, all of this kind of stuff combined created a negative atmosphere amongst the boxing fans. That's just in my opinion. But that kind of been reciprocated to Ryan Garcia. Why is Ryan Garcia not fighting? Though for me, the need for Ryan Garcia to fight, whilst he's trying to overcome all of these struggles, I'm seeing it as it's because the lightweight division as a whole are not fighting each other, and some of the frustration is getting transferred to Ryan Garcia. That also we recognize his talent. If he was a whack fighter, nobody would give a damn. I'm gonna be straight up honest. Nobody cares if Adam Kaunaki hadn't fought in a year. Like, look at Manuel Charr. Okay, no one gave a flying monkeys when Manuel Charr was being inactive. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. So I hope Ryan Garcia recovers from all of his struggles, and he did pick up a hand injury on top of that. So I'm not gonna be fully mad at it. Okay, I would be more open to cussing the likes of Buatsi. I know Tunde Ajayi criticised Buatsi today with regards to his lack of top level opponents, and he said, who has Joshua Buatsi fought? What risk has he taken to fight Yard? The fight's gonna happen, but as of now, Buatsi has to fight somebody. He pulled out of the Maxim Vlasov fight. Why don't Callum Johnson and Buatsi fight? I agree with that sentiment as well. For me, I want Joshua Buatsi to fight top level opponent, and I think the boxing world, in terms of the pundits, the reporters, the fans, I think, and also probably even Eddie as well, we're all on the same page. We want Buatsi to come up with big fights, because out of all of these guys, out of Lyndon Arthur, Anthony Yard, Craig Richards, and all of the light heavyweights within the UK, he is probably, I think he's the only one he's the only Olympian out of all of them. Maybe Callum Smith. I think Callum Smith is an Olympian, but Callum Smith has only been in it for 2 minutes. But Buatsi is an Olympian. He's probably had the best amateur record compared to all of the rest. He's managed by the best management team in 258. He has the best promoter in Eddie Hearn. For me, I think he should be the highest. He's, in terms of sheer ability, he peaked higher than most of these other guys, but like more than Craig Richards, I would say, in terms of his how do I say it? His notoriety based on how he looked in the ring was a little bit more prevalent, compared to someone like a Craig Richards. So for me, Joshua Waxy, we need him to step up. We need him to fight top level opponents. Okay, but that's all the chat with regards to the light heavyweight, the lightweight talk with Ryan Garcia, and the heavyweight talk with AJ. And just to finish off, did you guys see the what's her name? Mary. I'm gonna call it Mary Bradis. Yeah, he started singing "Happy Birthday" to Jake Paul. Like, it's embarrassing, He's just twerking for Jake Paul, a YouTuber. You're a big world champion, It's like, for me, if he gets sanctioned to fight somebody like a Jake Paul, I think his title should be revoked. Absolutely. They should just strip my man, yeah? Strip my man. And they should offer it to all of the other champions to fight, maybe final eliminators for that one belt. Because you're out here saying happy birthday to Jake Paul, and while saying happy birthday, you say, yeah, I'm going to knock you out, and all of this malarkey. Like, come on, bruv. Like, what are you on? This is embarrassing. Like, I heard from a Cody, and Cody, what he said, something up 100% right. This is embarrassing. Fix yourself up. Agree to fight a Coley, so Coley could spin your jaw, and then move up to heavyweight. Thank you very much, Mary Spradis. If you're listening, that's my personal request from OTC to yourself. Okay, no hard feelings, but I do hope that Coley shatters that jaw, and knocks you down whilst reviewing that tattoo that you put on your leg. So that's just a little message to Breedis. Yeah, Breedis. I was about to say Breedis or something like that. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like, peace and prosperity. I'm gonna see you guys in a bit. Peace.